So we'll be launching our website, keitansafaris.com.
Having all these experiences and being a new company in the market, you definitely cannot go wrong with Keitan Safaris. I was your host, Masiwedire.
Hi. Kwa majina naitwa Jogosh. This week on Biashara Mtaani.
Nilileta huku na kuzi yangu. Unaona? Tukahustle na yeye, akanifundisha hizi stuff ya nails. Kutoka hapa tukaseparate. Nikaanza kuzunguka huku mtaani, tengeneza nails, hizo. After hapo nikaona hii story ya walk.
Ulikuwa mobile?
Manzi.
Ukitaka kujua niko wapi? Stay tuned. Tuko na biashara moto zile unaweza borrow ideas from, na pia unaweza run a thing or two about biashara.
Watu wengi sana wanachukianga hiyo kazi ya chini sana. Na hiyo kazi ya chini sana ndio Mungu anatakanga uanze ili afanye nini? Aweze kukuinua. Nimejenga mpaka proti kwa sababu ya hii kazi.
Kuisha. Tupatane this week Biashara Mtaani 8:30 Wednesday. Usichelewe. Biashara Mtaani 8:30.
Pata mkopo faster na rahisi kupitia simu yako kwa malipo ya chini sasa kutoka KCB M-Pesa iliyoboreshwa. Enda kwa menu ya M-Pesa, akiba na mikopo na uchague KCB M-Pesa.
New Discovery is a show where we showcase the latest innovation, trends, as well as new market entrants.
We specialize mostly in eyebrows, new technologies. We mean like microblading, micro shading, and the latest ombre.
We also go the extra mile and find some interesting stories where women are doing what's considered a man's job and vice versa.
I decided to choose security because of passion.
Join us every Monday at 8:30 p.m. to explore new experiences on Fanaka TV, where we are strictly business.
Many farmers grapple with water shortage during dry weather periods despite lots of runoff water when it rains, leaving the farmers with no source of water for their livestock and crops. The Smart Water for Agriculture project under the Netherlands Development Organization, in an effort to showcase water storage, has set up a lined water pan demonstration site in Katangi area, Machakos County.
The Smart Water for Agriculture project is a project whereby we are working with small and medium-scale entrepreneurial farmers. And we're looking at helping farmers improve or increase water productivity as well as increase their income. How are we doing this? We're looking at introducing water-efficient technologies that will save on labor, and also looking at the amount of water that the technologies consume. The water pan is used to store water during the rainy season so that the water can be used during the dry season when there is no rainfall. This way the farmers are able to do irrigation during the dry season, and this way they are able to increase their production, and this results to an increase in their income.
So what is the starting point for constructing a water pan?
If you want to excavate a water pan, you start by looking at the size of land that you want to irrigate and what crop you want to grow, and then from there you get the amount of water that you require for 3 months, that is 90 days, during the dry season. So that way, when you get the amount of water that you require, then you're able to generate the measurements of the pan that you're required to excavate. And then the measurements of the pan are the ones that determine the size of the liner that you need to use. The liner is basically used to reduce seepage into the ground.
There are two options for the design of the water pan. Ideally, it can either be rectangular or square-shaped. The storage volumes of water pans are county-specific because there are factors to consider such as evaporation rates, crop water requirements, and method of water application, which varies across counties. For instance, a farmer in Machakos County irrigating a quarter acre of land would be required to store about 480 cubic meters of water, while one in Nakuru County is required to store about 420 cubic meters of water, assuming that both ponds will have no other source of inflow apart from runoff water.
As you can see from this pond, we normally have the top dimensions being longer than the bottom dimensions, so that we have a slope running from the top to the bottom. This way, we increase the stability of the pond in such a way that even if the pond is full of water, it does not easily collapse. The other reason for wanting to be very careful with how we do the slope is because we want to have as minimal evaporation from the water pan as possible. If you look at this area, you can see that it's very dry. So we do not want the amount of water that is getting into the pan to evaporate away.
The farmer is also able to get guidance on the costs involved in developing the water pan.
The costs involved in the development of a water pan include the excavation costs, which could be manual, or maybe you can use an excavator, but the manual one is cheaper because liners are of different costs depending on the quality and the thickness of the liner. And most of the liners that are available in the market range from 0.3 millimeters to 1 millimeter. And going by the cost, the thicker one is more expensive than the thinner one.
Initial capital expenditure for a water pan designed to irrigate a quarter acre of land would cost a farmer between 50,000 and 200,000 shillings, depending on the liner thickness and the method of excavation. Farmers may perceive this to be expensive, but the guarantee the water pan provides in terms of storage capacity and durability far outweighs the cost of construction in the long run.
Comparing the water pans to maybe storage tanks, the plastic storage tanks or the concrete tanks, the pans are way much cheaper and affordable. And at the same time, if you look at the lifespan of a water pan, it could last for more than 10 years because most of the liners available in the market can last for that period of time. In terms of costs, the development of a water pan could cost even maybe a third times lesser than the cost of the storage tanks.
The development of a water pan sizing app as a decision-making tool by the Smart Water for Agriculture team has made pond sizing and cost estimation much easier. The app is easy to use, it can be installed in an Android phone and currently available on Play Store.
We have developed a water pan dimensions app that can help farmers from the counties we are working with to determine the dimensions of the water pan and also the cost implications of making this water pan, bearing into consideration the evaporation rates which vary across the different counties. It makes it easier for farmers whereby the farmer logs onto the app and they input the size of the land they would like to irrigate, and the app auto-generates the dimensions and also the approximate cost of constructing the water pan.
As farmers adopt this efficient way of water harvesting and storage, it will help them increase production from their farms and eventually increase their incomes.
This week on the Farms of Africa, I am in Gaishajiro, Kagumoine village here in Murang'a County, and I am curious to find about this Cabro breed of a pig.
Caboro is a mix of two breeds, which are red race and range white. They grow fast, they put meat quickly, and they are disease resistant.
So, join me as I meet Mr. Johnson Gitau, the founder of Moranga Landrace and Cabro Pig Farm.
That's this Thursday, 8 p.m. on the Farms of Africa, only on Fanaka Television, where we are strictly business.
New Discovery is a show where we showcase the latest innovation, trends, as well as new market entrants.
We specialize mostly in eyebrows new technologies. We mean like microblading, micro shading, and the latest ombre.
We also go the extra mile and find some interesting stories where women are doing what's considered a man's job and vice versa.
I decided to choose security because of passion.
Join us every Monday at 8:30 p.m. to explore new experiences on Fanaka TV, where we are strictly business.
Konza Technopolis is one of the flagship projects in Kenya's Vision 2030, which is Kenya's development blueprint, which helps to guide the development of the country. Its objective is to help the country to advance in technology, science, and innovation, and to help in advancing the knowledge economy of Kenya. This is a greenfield city being built from scratch, and it's a smart city, and it's also going to be a technology city. The development of the project is on course. We have made significant progress in development of the guidelines, in the master plan, and in the main aspect of infrastructure. We have the contractor at the site working on the basic amenities of the city, and also the first building of the city is under construction. We are in the process of procuring a design consultant to establish the first research university in the country, and this is a special one in that we are working with the government of Korea who are financing, and we have the feasibility study which was developed by a team led by Korea Advanced Institute of Science and Technology. And this University of Korea KAIST is a model we would wish to replicate here in Africa. Kenya's growth over the years has been good. Over 70% of the population is under 35, and the urbanization in Africa is also among the highest. So there is need for huge investments in Africa for urban development, and a number of partners would be required to come and partner with Kenya and projects like Konza Technopolis in providing the required infrastructure, such as the roads, such as housing, and other amenities that are required in urban centers. We've considered to meet world-class standards in terms of infrastructure, in terms of IT connectivity, power connection, reliability, so that it can host sensitive infrastructure like data centers. And we will be attracting even global players in technology space to locate in Konza Technopolis. We are also looking at setting up an ecosystem of bringing the various players, so that this would be an attractive location for even global players to locate their Africa offices in Kenya. And we are building Konza Technopolis with this in mind.
Hi. Kwa majina naitwa Jogosh. This week on biashara mtaani.
Nilileta huku na kuzi yangu. Unaona? Tukahustle na yeye, akanifundisha hizi stuff ya nails. Kutoka hapa tukaseparate. Tukaanza kuzunguka huku mtaani, kutengeneza manail, hizo. After hapo nikaona hii story ya walk.
Ulikuwa mobile?
Manzi.
Ukitaka kujua niko wapi? Stay tuned. Tuko na biashara moto zile unaweza borrow ideas from. Na pia unaweza run a thing or two about biashara.
Watu wengi sana wanachukianga hiyo kazi ya chini sana. Na hiyo kazi ya chini sana ndio Mungu anatakanga uanze ili afanye nini? Aweze kukuinua. Nimejenga mpaka proti kwa sababu ya hii kazi.
Kuisha. Tupatane this week biashara mtaani 8:30 Wednesday. Usichelewe. Biashara mtaani 8:30.
Pata mkopo fasta na rahisi kupitia simu yako kwa malipo ya chini sasa kutoka KCB M-Pesa iliyoboreshwa. Enda kwa menu ya M-Pesa, akiba na mikopo na uchague KCB M-Pesa.
This week on the Farms of Africa, I am in Gaishajiro, Kagumoine village here in Murang'a County, and I am curious to find about this Cabro breed of a pig.
Cabro is a mix of two breeds, which are red race and range white. They grow fast, they put meat quickly, and they are disease resistant.
So, join me as I meet Mr. Johnson Gitau, the founder of Murang'a Landrace and Cabro Pig Farm.
That's this Thursday 8 p.m. on the Farms of Africa, only on Fanaka Television, where we are strictly business.
This week on the Farms of Africa, I am in Gaishajiro, Kagumoine village here in Murang'a County, and I am curious to find about this Cabro breed of a pig.
Cabro is a mix of two breeds, which are red race and range white. They grow fast, they put meat quickly, and they are disease resistant.
So, join me as I meet Mr. Johnson Gitau, the founder of Murang'a Landrace and Cabro Pig Farm.
That's this Thursday 8 p.m. on the Farms of Africa, only on Fanaka Television, where we are strictly business.
Now they say ambition is the path to success and persistence is the vehicle you arrive in. Welcome to the New Discovery Show. I am your host, Masiwedire. Today on the New Discovery Show, we will be featuring A+ Motors, which is a motor vehicles company, and we'll be interacting with James Mwangi, who is the managing director at A+ Motors. A+ Motors Limited is a motor vehicle company which began under the stewardship of Mr. James Mwangi, who is the director of the company. The name A+ came from when he was a young bright student back in school, where he always aimed at grade A in mathematics subject, and that is where the name of his company came from.
A+ came from when I was schooling. That is when I was in secondary school. I was very good in mathematics. A paper in secondary school takes 2 hours and a half. So me, I was capable to finish within 1 hour and a half. And the remaining 1 hour, I was going through the whole paper to make sure that everything is correct. So I was getting like 98% because my teacher was telling us there is no way it can be 100%. So when it comes to grading, an A starts from 81 up to 100. So my argument was, mine is 98, and then a person with 81 is A, and mine being 98 remains an A. So I was disputing, and mine, I was arguing that it is supposed to be A+. And I decided from Form 2, when I'll open my own company, I'll call it A+. That's where the name A+ came from.
James Mwangi came from a humble background where he used to sell second-hand clothes. One day he bought a car and later sold it at a profitable price. That is when he realized it can be a business.
I was very good in school, although I did not school that term in Form 2. I had started business and I dropped out. Later, my mom was very furious and she was crying a lot. Anywhere I could go, I was being arrested. Form 2 student, there is no ID. But the first thing when I was arrested was, kijana, wapi kitambulisho? So I was being arrested. So I went back to school, and I wanted to be an engineer because mathematics, geography, and physics was very good. And I did not do my third term in Form 2, but I was able to get a C+ and a strong one. By then, C+ was going to university. But I started business immediately after my O-level. So I wanted to be an engineer, but I started business immediately after my O-level. When I did an exam. I finalized my exam today, and tomorrow I was in business. So by those days, exam was taking 2 months before it is out. Actually, it is coming out of end of February. Out of 1,500 that had been given by my brother, by the end of February, that's November, by the end of February next year, or the next year, I had my 90,000. So we sat down with my mom and my brother, because for them they were insisting I go to university. I told them no. Me, I want business.
Selling cars came as a default. Him making a good profit made him realize it can be a business.
Initially, me, I was selling clothes. When I started my O-level, I started selling Mutumba clothes. And I was selling in opening a market, from one market to another market. And my business grew. Up to a point, I bought a car. This car, I bought it at 230,000. I was using it to ferry my goods from one market to another. So, because the car was very nice and in a very good shape, I had bought it for 230,000. I got a person who was giving me an offer. And on top of this offer, there was 30,000 on top. I made a profit of 30,000. That's how I came to realize, wow, I can buy a vehicle and sell and get a profit. That's how I started selling cars. I decided to shift from my hometown, which is Kericho, to Nairobi. And I started selling my cars from the streets. And in 2005, I got a yard at Parklands, that's on Lemodo Road. And I opened my yard with my 5 cars. And that's where A+ Motors started.
He believes his company is unique in many ways. Prayer is a must every morning at A+. Mr. James believes in honesty.
Number one, we are God-fearing company. When opening, we have to pray. When closing, we have to thank God. That's number one. Number two, honest. We have to be very honest. We are very honest to our client. Number three, we do it differently. You know, when you want to overtake, you have to change the lane. We do it differently. The norm of opening business is 8. So when anyone who is being hired, or we are hiring someone, we make them understand that we have to open 30 minutes earlier than 8, which is 7:30. So, and also we do trading. When a client has got a vehicle that want to change from another vehicle or to upgrade, we help them do trading and top up, or even downgrade. Some of them, maybe they have financial crisis and they have a car like a million shilling. We can give that client 500,000 and maybe another car for 500,000.
Do you sell cars for other people? Can people bring cars here and then you sell for them?
Yeah, we sell on behalf. We sell on commission basis. And also, some of the clients will prefer to give us minimum pocketing price. Like, for example, a client wants for his or her car 500,000. For us, we'll try to get our small markup on top of it. Okay. Yeah, we sell on behalf.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, like, you can tell us about some of the cars, like the ones you have here?
Okay, like now we have this Toyota Succeed. Yeah, it's a superior model of Probox. Yeah. Also, we have another Probox there.
Yeah.
We have Nissan Navara, double cab. Yeah. This is Toyota Suzuki Escudo. Yeah. Also, we have RAV4. Yeah. That's Harrier. The other side, we have a V8, Prado, Toyota double cabin, Nissan X-Trail. Yeah, as I had told you earlier, we cut across.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can say you have almost all kinds of
every type of car. Yeah. Also, you can see the other side behind. We have trucks.
A Plus Motors has 4 branches: Superhighway branch, which is the head office, Kiambu Road branch at Seattle Mall, Langata Road branch, and Parklands branch.
For now, we have 4 branches, and our branches are this one, which is Dika Road or Superhighway branch, of which it's also our head office. Also, we have Kiambu Road, that is at Seattle Mall. Also, we have Langata Road, opposite Carnival entrance. Also, we have Parklands, at 5th Parklands, and it is just near Rakan Hospital. They have the same, all the services that we offer here, but for Kiambu Road, because of the restriction of space, it is just selling of cars and selling of insurance and tracking services. But for Kiambu Road, there is no workshop, there is no service center.
The company sells all types of cars.
For us, we cut across. We sell from the smallest car that you can think, like for example, Vitz, all the way to big trucks.
At A Plus Motors, they deal with different clients according to their needs and the way they stick to their slogan, drive that suits you.
Number one, it is to market. We market. And then we meet our clients through different avenues of marketing. When the client visits our yard, we get to know the need of the client, or maybe the purpose of the client. You know, we make sure that we stick with our slogan, which is driving that suits you. We help the client to drive that suits the client. Like maybe a client wants a car that can take him or her from one place to another, maybe to go to work. Another client wants a family car. Another client wants a commercial vehicle. So we guide them so that they can have what we call driving that suits them. From there, after settling on a vehicle, we agree on the price. There are different types or ways of buying cars. And number one, some of them, they have cash money. Maybe they go and do money transfer into our banks. Number two, some of them, they don't have enough money. We arrange for bank finance. Maybe they contribute 30% or 20%. The rest of the balance is paid by the bank. and they will be paying in installments up to 60 months some. And also there is the trading, as I had said earlier. A client might be having a vehicle, and then that vehicle acts as part payment, and then the balance the client pays. Also, on our side, if a client is able to raise like 80% and remains 20%, we do in-house accommodation for the balance, and then we maybe for 2-3 months or 4 months, and then the client will bring the balance.
The company gets its customers mostly on referrals, online marketing, and their location, since most of them are located on the road where a lot of people can see their display.
Through those clients that we have ever served and they are satisfied, they come back. Others, we get referrals. Also, we do a lot of online marketing. Also, we do main media marketing. And that's how we get our clients. And some of them, they are walking because most of our premises, they are strategically restricted. When it is very proximate to a highway, it stands, a business stands a chance to get a lot of popping clients. So the site is very important.
Mr. James believes that his business is not all about the money, but giving his clients the best service.
It starts with God-fearing fearing. When if you have been observative enough, from the gate you get even the soldier is someone who is God-fearing and humble, welcoming, ready to listen, to direct you. And also, we like to give. It's not just getting money. We like to give someone value for his or her money.
They say that we don't grow when things are easy, we grow when we face challenges. A+ Motors, as a young company, faces certain challenges.
Challenges are many. Number one, like now, you see the economy is slow, so the business is very slow. So there are overheads, there are loans to service, there are many challenges, and you get business are not doing well. So, like for example, I talk about the capping of interest rate. Because I know the decision makers who are in government who are watching me, they need to review about interest capping rate, or capping of the interest rate, because this has slowed down everything in the economy. You know, the rest of the economy is liberalized. Now, why restrict banks? So it is good to let the banks to sell to the willing buyer, willing seller, to the price that they agree. So they let the money be sold by the bank at the price that they agree with the client, so that the money can be available in the market. Because right now money is less in the market.
A+ Motors Limited also have Service Center, Tracking Plus, which is always installed on their clients' cars for security purposes.
Apart from selling cars, we have a service center. We do servicing of cars with quality parts. Also, we do panel beating, spray painting. Also, we have other subsidiaries of A+ Motors. For example, we have Tracking Plus. When a client buys a vehicle, we also install tracking gadgets through our Tracking Plus company, which help monitoring and also fleet management of a vehicle. Also, we have A+ Insurance Agency, of which also we offer our clients to insurance at the bargain rate, and also very, very attractive terms, like for example, spreaded terms. And also, with our insurance agents, we have a bargaining power with our underwriter, because we have agreed with only one underwriter. Like if a client has got a claim or hasn't got a claim, the underwriter gives us first priority and also a listening ear, because we give them a lot of business. So this is our service center and also workshop. Can pass here. We do pre-delivery service. We do pre-delivery service. Or sometimes when we trade in a car and it is not 100% as we want, we bring it to make it or to facelift it, or maybe to remove scratches and dents, so that when you are giving to your client, even if it is a second-hand car, it is in a superb condition. For us, we don't repair accident cars. Also, we don't trade in any accident car. Yeah. Here we just do a light panel beating, like dents, scratches. That's what we do.
Tracking Plus is a GPS technology which mostly works for security purposes. A Plus Motors thought of keeping their clients' car safe by the service where it can locate any vehicle the entire world in case of theft.
Tracking Plus is a subsidiary of A Plus Motors, and the main business is tracking of motor vehicles and also fleet management. And we have very unique products. Like, for example, there is one product also that impresses me, what we call geofencing. If you have a fleet of vehicles or your own personal vehicle and you want to restrict it not to go out of a certain geographical area, it is called geofencing. You can fence your vehicle where it will not go out of it. And when it tries going out of it, if it is being used by a driver or maybe a person that you have given to use the vehicle, it will alert you. It will alert you. That's one of the unique features. And also there is SMS alert. You can be able to track your vehicle through online. You can be able to track your vehicle through phone, your mobile phone. There are many features, but those are just that to mention. This is the tracking, how the system works. Like now, we are using GPS, and it goes online. So, like for example, this is a vehicle. It shows where it is. It is real time. So exactly, if you go to Imaradaima, you'll get this vehicle. Some of the clients, they don't want to install for their cars. Yeah, but it is very advisable to secure the investment. Like there is no any logic of investing $1 million shilling and you don't use 20,000 to secure it.
It can also be used to fence a vehicle from different distances.
It is GPS technology. It locates, it uses satellite to locate where the gadget is. And then this GPS, it is in a way that it is connected in a vehicle. It can be located anywhere in the whole world.
In case a client loses a vehicle, A Plus Motors helps in the process easily. For clients who already have cars, one can get the tracking services at A Plus Motors Limited.
The process of tracking a lost car, when the vehicle has been stolen or when the client wants to locate the vehicle, there is a platform we have in our website of which we give an access to any client who has signed a contract with us. So this platform, it helps a client to locate. And if the client is not able to locate the vehicle, we have a 24/7 control room, which the client will call and will help them to locate the vehicle. And if we get this vehicle, it has been stolen. If we locate it, we report to the police, and the police help us to recover the vehicle. It is not a must you have a smartphone. Even Kabambe can be able to track your vehicle.